Now, from CBS 4 News, this is Facing South Florida with Jim DeFede.
Good morning, I'm Jim DeFede, and welcome to Facing South Florida. We have a lot to discuss this morning. Later in the show, we have my interview with former University of Miami president Donna Shalala. We will talk about why she is running to replace Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, but I also press her on her relationship with Bill and Hillary Clinton and whether her support for Bill Clinton during his scandals leaves her unable to criticize Donald Trump for his. But do you have less moral authority to call out the president for his indiscretions? We'll have her answer later in the show. But this week, we witnessed something truly amazing in Tallahassee.
67 yeas, 15 nays, Mr. Speaker.
Show the bill passes. Read the next bill.
That was the conservative, Republican-controlled Florida House of Representatives rebuffing the NRA and passing the most far-reaching gun restrictions of the last 2 decades. The bill raises the age to buy a rifle from 18 to 21, bans bump stocks, creates a 3-day waiting period to buy a rifle, and gives police greater authority to seize guns. Let me say that again. The NRA has warned for years that Democrats are coming to seize their weapons, but it was this legislature that passed a bill that allows police, with the support of a judge, to take guns from people who are a danger to themselves and others. That's unprecedented in the state. The bill also allows for school districts to create programs with their local sheriffs to allow selected school personnel to carry, with training, guns on school grounds. The bill also includes more than $400 million in increased spending for additional police and mental health counseling in schools. Critics say the bill doesn't go far enough because it did not include an assault weapon ban. Joining me now to discuss this bill is the former Miami Beach Mayor, Philip Levine, who is running for governor as a Democrat. Mr. Mayor, thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Jim.
So I want to talk a little bit about the news of the day with regard to this bill and your views on guns, and then later we'll talk about your campaign more overall. What was your reaction to what passed in Tallahassee, and which we expect, we're taping this on Friday, the governor to actually sign today?
Jim, I think it was a great first step. It's one first step in a long journey we have to go forward in Florida right now. But I got to tell you something. You know, we don't want to get partisan over this stuff. It was a great first step. I'm happy the legislature did this. But in the same token, Jim, we really need to ban assault rifles. It's something we have to do. Secondary, what I didn't see there was, of course, universal background checks, and also making sure that folks with mental health issues don't buy guns in Florida. So on one hand, it was a good first step, but on the other hand, we have a long way to go. Jim, my feeling is this. Let's let the local leaders around the state of Florida, the mayors, the commissioners, the council people, let them set their own gun safety regulations. Stop preempting it out of Tallahassee.
So let's just go back for a second. You want an assault weapons ban.
Yes.
All right. What would that look like? Because the last time it was tried, there are so many loopholes, it becomes almost impossible. So just from a technical standpoint, is it even reasonable to think you could ban assault weapons in the state?
Jim, I think so. It's been done before, but more than that.
When was it done?
But Jim, listen, we've done it federally, but the fact of the matter is we can figure out how to kind of stop those little loopholes. We also know that you can buy guns at these gun fairs, these trade shows. So we didn't even stop that loophole. Listen, the bottom line is, yes, it's a great first step, but why can't we allow the local leaders? Are the local leaders not qualified? Listen, in Massachusetts and in New York, you can't carry a weapon in Manhattan or in downtown Boston because they're prohibited by the local mayors and the commissions. I think Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, I think that whether it's Duval County or whether it's Hillsborough, let them make their own decisions. Stop preempting our local leaders out of Tallahassee.
But should cities be able to bar for individuals from possessing guns in violation of the Second Amendment?
No, I think absolutely. Listen, I'm a gun owner and I have a concealed weapons permit, Jim. I'm not anti-guns, but what I want to make sure is that we have the safest gun regulations in the state of Florida. Right now, we have the weakest. You know, we have the weakest school system. We don't want to have the weakest gun safety regulations.
Well, let me ask you, I just want to press you on this point because, you know, I know it's a Democratic talking point to say ban assault weapons, but many people will point out that during the last assault weapons ban that you highlighted federally, Columbine happened. There were a number of mass shootings that occurred while there was a federal ban on assault weapons. That didn't work then. Why would it work now?
Jim, the bottom line is that we don't make an existing problem worse by having more of them out there. Let me ask you a question. Can you imagine, God forbid, you are a police officer or, you know, you're a teacher with a handgun in a school and some crazy person comes in with an AR-15? Good luck protecting yourself or protecting those students.
Let me just ask you how far you would go with that. that. In Australia, after one mass shooting there, they created some of the most toughest gun regulations, including a buyback program to buy back AR-15s. How far would you go? Would you make, you don't want to sell AR-15s and like similar weapons in the future. Would you ban possessing them? Would you also make it illegal right now to possess an AR-15?
Right. My feeling is this: we need to stop the sale of AR-15s in the state of Florida.
So going forward, but nothing going backward.
But I think going forward is what we have to look at right now. Once again, it's a step at a time going forward. Listen, we know the NRA situation. You know, I always say it stands for not responsible for anything. I'm happy to see some of these legislators voted for it, but unfortunately the control they have in Tallahassee is tremendous, and it's unfortunate because the people of Florida have spoken. They said they want to ban these rifles. Tallahassee's not listening. And I can tell you this: we need to make sure we have a referendum and ask the people of Florida, would you like your local leaders to set the gun policy? I bet they'll say yes, and I'm committed to putting that on a referendum.
So I just want to make sure people understand what you're referring to here. There is a measure that passed in Tallahassee a number of years ago, forced by the NRA, because there were local municipalities that were passing their own gun bills. This now, what the current law in the state of Florida is that if a local mayor or a local city commission decides to ban assault weapons in their city, or ban the high capacity magazines, do those sorts of things, they would be removed from office and fined civilly as individuals for taking those steps. You're saying that that's wrong. That
it's 100% wrong. And it's not just that. It's all the preemption Tallahassee's doing. What they're doing is sucking up the campaign cash, sucking up money from the NRA, and telling the people of Florida and all the local communities, we're going to set the law. Your mayors, your council, your commissioners, they're not allowed to make rules anymore. And it's not just guns. It's all across the board, Jim.
Is the way to get an assault weapon ban in the state of Florida, you think, through a referendum process, through a constitutional amendment? Would you support that?
Well, I can tell you this. If I'm honored to become governor, I'll try everything in my power to work with the legislator to make sure they pass it. But barring that, if they don't do it, I'm going to take it to the people. Let the people of Florida decide what they'd like to do. And I believe the people of Florida will ban assault rifles. And at the very least, they're going to say, let our local community legislature, our commissions, let them make the decisions, our mayors.
Do you give any credit to Governor Scott for this legislation that passed?
Well, absolutely. I give him all credit for it, Jim. Like I said, once again, it's wrong to be partisan and say everything is wrong. This was a great first step. However, listen, I would have liked to have seen Governor Scott be right down there during that town hall on CNN. Unfortunately, he didn't do it. You're the governor of the state. You had a massive tragedy. You go down there and you face those students. You face those teachers. You go down there yourself. Both U.S. senators did it. As the governor of the state, he should have been there.
Why did it take 17 young people and 14 young people, three teachers at Parkland to die before this get passed?
Jim, because the NRA. Because you have folks in office, unfortunately, up in Tallahassee that care about their job more than they care about the safety of these kids. Let's look how it's, you know what it is. NRA, not responsible for anything. They're getting paid by the NRA to their campaign commission. They're getting opposition research. If they run and someone's not pro-guns, they'll fire back at them, the NRA, to make sure this person wins the office. They are so obsessed with keeping their jobs as opposed to what the people of Florida want. We will change this.
All right. We'll come back and we'll continue the conversation with Mayor Philip Levine. We'll talk about the campaign overall when we come back on Facing South Florida.